Madam, shall we start, madam?
Yeah. Sir, good afternoon, sir. This is Nita,
Good
sir.
afternoon, madam. We will start.
Yeah, 2 minutes, sir, madam.
Yes. A very good afternoon to one and all present over here. Very good afternoon to one and all present over here. All the delegates, welcome you for the valedictory session. Okay, let us start the session by welcome address by Dr. M. Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of BCom B&A.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to everyone present here. I'm delighted to welcome you all for this valedictory on behalf of KPR College of Arts, Science and Research in this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I would like to welcome our distinguished guest, Professor Prabhakar Krishnamurthy, Head Research Initiatives, CSIM, Bangalore. We welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramaswamy, sir, for providing the great platform at every point of time in the institution in his absentia. We welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our respected Principal, Dr. S. Balusamy, sir, for his guidance and support in all aspects. We welcome you, sir. And also, I welcome our advisor, Dr. S. Ramachandran, for guidance and motivation. Welcome you, sir. My heartfelt welcome to our beloved Dean, Dr. K. Kumada Devi, ma'am, for her constant help and guidance. Welcome you, ma'am. I also owe my special welcome to Dr. Shyam Sundar, sir, Dean, School of Management, for his enormous support. Welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome all participants from various universities, institutions, and academicians for being part of us. And also, I extend my welcome to all the student friends and also all the faculty members to join with us. Once again, I welcome you all for this valedictory function.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a great privilege to invite our Dr. S. Balusamy, sir, Principal, KPR College of Arts and Science and Research, to give his presidential address on this valedictory session.
Thank you. Guruvedunai, Guruvukku Vanakkam, Thainandikku Nandri. Good afternoon, one and all associated this wonderful academic exercise, the first international conference, our valedictory session. Advanced research in banking, finance, and business opportunities and challenges. So, in this occasion, once again, a warm greetings and welcome for our valedictory guest, Professor Prabhakar Krishnamurthy, Head Research Initiative, CSIM, Bangalore. Welcome you, sir, on behalf of KPR Group and KPR College of Arts and Science team. It's a great effort taken by the Department of Banking and Insurance, KPR College of Arts and Science and Research, for the 2 days international conference at the right domain, that too in that financial literacy week. Almost 268 members from other states and other countries, and our own team members, 200 members. I hope the first international conference itself is a great success. 468 members. It's a great achievement to the Department of Banking and Insurance and the School of Commerce. And this time, this situation, KPR Cash also feel proud moment. So that is the greetings from management side and our own admin team side also. So in this occasion, almost all the resource persons, according to my observation, they are all extremely extend their service, and they are the benchmark persons in this field, especially Tamana Tavali and Kedar Madivalan and Sankar Narayanan and Professor Fidosh Khan. Everybody, they render their service in an extraordinary manner. So it is a great occasion for all our scholars and teachers and various colleges. Utilize them because they are here not only for a researcher, not only for an technology person, not only for an industry person. They are here for the society builders. So our duty of teachers and higher educational institutions to give a quality input to the young minds. because nowadays we know, we do understand the technological involvements in a different angle. Sometime it will lead to the negative path also, especially for young researchers and the students, those who are in that age group of 18 to 21 or sometime below 27. Sometime misguided or the entire technology may be misutilized means it will lead a negative impact to our society also. So this banking sector as well as an insurance sector, always a huge employment providing entity. So in this occasion, I request all our students and young researchers, please utilize this domain for our own development. In those days, we want to meet an insurance manager means at least we may spend one full day. We want to get an appointment. He may be free sometime. That PA give us a different time. He may be busy with his own regular routine schedule. Nowadays, everything customized. So this is purely and positive environment. And school teacher sitting in a home, that gentleman, even after retirement, is nicely earning yearly 4 to 5 crores with the help of capital market, only because of deep learning in that particular capital market operations, as well as everyday updation. That is also another biggest thing. And the third one, he know how to motivate or how to utilize the technological innovations for their own development. So these are all some mantras. It will enhance our minds as well as it will enhance our economic position, and ultimately our families also enhanced in nature, both intellectual as well as our knowledge wise. So for this part, I think the KPR College of Arts and Science and Research, School of Commerce, Department of Banking and Insurance done a great job to the young society as well as the academic leaders. So in this occasion, I would like to congratulate the convener of this 2 days international conference, Dr. Neelima, and the conveners, Dr. Sirikala, Research Head, and the Dean, School of Commerce, Dr. Kumada Devi, and the Dean, School of Management, Dr. Shyam Sundar, and all our heads of the department belongs to the School of Commerce, and our School of Computing Science and the School of Management. Everybody render their positive vibration and their contribution for the successful conducting these 2 days conference. In this occasion, I would like to extend my warm welcome to other researchers and other academicians from other institutions also. Whenever time permit, you are always welcome to KPR campus. It is an almost 300 acres campus with a green environment. 150,000 trees are there. It's purely the positivity vibration institution. In this occasion, I would like to thank our Honorable Chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramasamy, providing all the supports in all the angles to create a positive environment for the benefit of the young society. So that is the single motto. So that is the way I hope this 2 days conference went on well. And congratulations to all the members involved in this exercise. Once again, I extend my warm greetings to our today's valedictory guest. And thank you, one and all. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I deem it a privilege to welcome our keynote speaker for today's valedictory session, Professor Prabhakar Krishnamurthy, Head Research Initiative, CSIM Bangalore. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, stage is yours.
Thank you. I think it is a great initiative by KPR Arts and Science Institute, headed by an excellent, a very competent institution builder, Dr. Baluswamy, and persistent efforts of Neelima ma'am. I think large number of us are meeting here today. Today I'm going to tell you 2 stories. രണ്ട് കഥകളെ சொல்ல போறேன். 2 stories which will make you feel about the future of banking especially banking story. First, the entire GDP of our country is approximately $3.1 trillion. $3.1 trillion. And our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, wanted to make it into $5 trillion by year 2024. Now, in this $3 trillion business, if you are a finance professional or a researcher, where will you start your research? Recently, P.T. R. Rajan, Palanivel Tyagarajan, the minister, have told that fintech is going to be the future, and we are going to have large number of service providers in Tamil Nadu. Now, what exactly is the fintech? How it is going to impact our day-to-day life? Number 3, and most important, is how artificial intelligence and finance is coming together in order to provide an inclusive growth for largest number of people in this world, in this country. Can there be a company which will touch 85% of business in this country and almost 95% of population? The answer is yes. The first thing is, let me take an example of Google Pay, Bharat Pay, and Phone Pay. They are totally addressing $1 trillion business. You will be surprised. What is this? How can they address $1 trillion business? Are we studying that? Many of the researchers, we are trying to be more account-oriented, accounting, finance. Now finance have gone far, far, far more higher. And it has occupied the artificial intelligence has occupied the entire financial space. There is one market known as payment market. That is, when I am buying goods and services, for example, I have 500 rupees in my bank. I take 200 rupees out of my bank. Then I go to the nearest retailer and buy from him 100 rupees worth of goods. Now, this 100 rupees, I give it to the retailer. He takes into his account, and then he goes to his bank and deposits 100 rupees. Now, if you see a simple transaction of 100 rupees is creating so many transactions. One is bank coming into play, by myself withdrawing, and myself paying him, and he in turn paying to the bank. There are so much transaction costs that are involved here. Now, what if we can address this payment, this entire payment process in such a way that I am charged nothing. Remember, nothing for paying 100 rupees to the retailer. And he is also charged nothing for depositing the money in the bank. Why I'm telling this particular thing is because if I withdraw the money from the bank, there is a cost involved. which we call it as a transaction costs. And when the transaction costs are involved, it costs almost 7 to 8% if you have your credit card. Therefore, the credit card person will charge, the bank will it will charge. The bank for the same transaction, 100 rupees, I will withdraw from the bank and the other person will put it in the bank. In possibility, there is a lot of costs are involved. Now, the experts in Google and BharatPe decide what can be done in order to address this payment market. Now, you want to bring the 85% of the Indian transactions. In India, 85% of the transactions are done at the shopkeeper level. It is done at the shopkeeper's level. And most of the shopkeepers are in the unorganized sector, except 15%. 85% of our GDP, that is $3 trillion. Out of $3 trillion, 60% is the consumption expenditure. In this 60% consumption expenditure, most of the thing is being either done by credit card or by cash or by bank. Unfortunately, over a period of time, there is one product known as draft and check have gone out of existence, and most of these things are being done by online transactions. Let me come to that little later. Now, what happens is when I would like to spend this particular money, I can always use the Google Pay and BharatPe services. What will happen? What is so great about it? This is where the business model of Google Pay and BharatPe will come into existence. Now, what happens is I don't want to pay a single paise because I have hard earned my 100 rupees. Therefore, this 100 rupees I am going to pay for a retailer to buy certain things, and he also doesn't want to part with any money. Everyone will rightly think that this is the right way to do business. Now, how BharatPe or any big company which provides a backbone for this entire service, how they will make money? One of the most important, painful kind of area is this entire retailers are trying to get finance for their business. Now, if he goes to bank, what happens is the bank will ask for profit and loss account and balance sheet. And how many retailers in our country, smallest to, for example, you go nearby to the fish market, you see the lady that she does business of every day 5,000 rupees on Saturday and Sunday, she will be doing approximately 30,000 business. Now, if you ask her, can you give me the profit and loss account? She has no account of it. And there is a large number of population is out of your entire initiatives. Now, finance touches these people. Now, what BharatPe did, I will give you an example, then you will be more clear. Now, I am not charged for going to the small retailer and buying the goods. Now, all my data is available for BharatPe on how I spend money across the different small retailers. Now, BharatPe or Google Pay also know that how the retailer is making money. For example, in a small place in Chennai, in a place in Chennai, you find most of the small businesses are covered by BharatPe because I'm involved in one of the researches with them. Therefore, what happened is Each one of the retail, everyone, in fact, they have their own marketing personnel who will come and convince the retailers in order to have their QR codes. Therefore, just you have to show your QR code so that your consumption pattern, what kind of a products, goods, services I consume is being recorded, and the retailers sale is also recorded hour-wise, day-wise, week-wise, month-wise. Now, when you are recording this particular thing, you clearly know that how this person is getting his turnover. Now, they also encourage him to pay his money. That is, for example, he buys from some wholesaler, they encourage him to pay through to the wholesaler through the payment portal. Now, what happens is they clearly know roughly how much profit you make and what is your working capital requirements. And they also clearly know the data, the customer database of the people. Now, when the customer database is available with them, when your profit and loss account is available with them on day to day, what you can do is you can start lending money both to the retailers and to the consumers. For example, if I am consuming in X pattern, therefore for food and other groceries, I spend 40% of my money and rest of it I pay for various other things. There is a clear analytics available on the customer, analytics of the retailer is also available. In the process, if I pay the money to him for him to expand his business, what I can do is I will ask him, I will give him some 50,000 rupees loan. I will convert into every day. It is not equated monthly installment, it is everyday installment. And I try to reduce from what money he is getting from the consumers. I get a X amount of money. In this process, the retailers are charged only 2% per month. You may be surprised, what is this? The most of the research indicated that most of the retailers, they take on exorbitant rates of interest. They take rates of interest to the tune of 1 rupee per day. You may be wondering, what is this? For 1,000 rupees, he has to give 10 rupees as interest. That means 1 rupee interest for 100 rupees. That is working out to be 365 rupees interest per year. And this is the alternative he has. A professional service which provides you money at 2%, and at the same time they are willing to collect monthly by the money that you are getting, at the same time help you to go to your wholesaler so that you develop a credit rating. You can see how this retailer is empowered by a simple application of Google Pay, Phone Pay, and Bharat Pay. Do you know how much they are doing per day? Google Pay is doing approximately 1,000 crores in India per day, and Bharat Pay is doing 300 crores per day. Now, these are all estimated figures. They are not the figures, but it is the market. Therefore, $1 trillion business, that is approximately 1/3 of Indian GDP, is going to be captured by fintech companies. I think this is something fascinating. What happens is the research in consumer spending, the research in retailer buying, this entire thing is available at one single data lake, and that particular thing is being addressed by different applications by trying to serve the entire customer so that the customer as well as the retailer is highly benefited. What is the old process? In the old process, there is a financial intermediary known as bank. The banks are supposed to lend for the consumer, and they are also supposed to lend the working capital for the retailer. And one of the greatest disadvantages, banks have no idea how businesses are done. Let me give you an example. You go to any one of the nearby Coimbatore bankers and ask them exactly, please tell me what are all the businesses that are happening nearby by you. Many of them really do not know, or some may know. They know only the people who come to them and ask for loans. And the kind of, there is no, not that he doesn't want to help. What it happens is he doesn't have information. And here where the research comes into play. And research combined with appropriate applications, you will be able to reach the customers in one of the finest way. Therefore, they will all have an inclusive growth, which is one of the ideas of, see, what is the technology? In fact, the very reason why this application, Beam and other applications, gateways are created is primarily to have a kind of inclusion. Now, these gateways created by Government of India, which was a brainchild of Raghuram Rajan, and that has in turn, you can see how a massive $1 trillion, not 1 billion, 1 billion is 7,000 crores. Only 1,000 billions is 1 trillion. The United States GDP is, gross domestic product is 25 trillion. The Chinese economy, which is the second largest, is 18 trillion. And India's GDP is 3 trillion. Out of that, 1/3 of the market is in the hands of finance and banking. Now, many a times what happens is, it is a meaningless exercise. In order to have insurance inspector is coming and seeing your two-wheeler, what is the status, and many a times the accidents or absolutely the insurance process itself is highly a meaningless kind of a process. What has happened, a company has seen the total end-to-end business, and it started just with your cell phone, just you upload your motorcycle or your four-wheeler, and they will give you insurance. Phone pay insurances you have seen. It has made the entire process the easiest. And the claim process has also become the easiest. Before that, we used to have a big forms to be signed, this, that, everything. No questions asked. And this will also create some kind of a technological challenges, and which we will definitely overcome. For example, in the case of Bharat Pay, some of the intelligent, so-called intelligent people, they told that you pay me 1 lakh rupees, I will improve my money. Then 1 lakh rupees, I will give it back to you so that I will have more money, so that I will get money from Bharat Pay. It is not possible because they have an algorithm which clearly says how the sales in your neighborhood is happening. Suppose you have a sudden spikes, they clearly know that you are a fraud and they don't pay money. Therefore, what is happening is the entire landscape of finance is undergoing a change. And you also know that presently government is contemplating on taxing cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency which was valid only for $1 in 2008. Now $1 is approximately at that time 35 rupees. Today one Bitcoin is 33 lakhs. Whether Bitcoin is having some kind of Is it legitimate or illegitimate? We really do not know. But it has come into existence. We really do not know it will be an opportunity or it will be a great failure for us. But the technology has driven this particular cryptocurrency in order to come as an alternate currency to many of the world currencies. Now, again, this is a great research opportunity. Therefore, if you look around yourself, you will find research opportunities everywhere. For example, there is one company, Cred. This company, the CEO, what he thought was many of the top 1% spending people in the country, they have multiple credit cards. And what happens is sometimes he will forget to spend and pay, and he's charged very heavy amount. Generally, the credit card companies charge you 60% interest rate if you default your payments. 60% is a big money. Therefore, what he thought was, why not I have a company where I manage the entire finances of this 4 to 5 credit cards people, that is the highest spending people in India, and I manage him in such a way so that he need not bother about his entire payments on timely payments, because the money he gets has a different cycle than the money he has to pay for these these credit cards. Therefore, if you can converge those things, your income cycle and the payment cycle, I think it will be a great opportunity. He has started it. Today, it is a $4 billion company in India, and 1% the highest spenders in India. In fact, he earns 2 lakh rupees per month or 3 lakh rupees per month. He spends the same amount, which are very high net worth individuals, HNIs. Their entire data is available with him. Now, this particular company, if you submit as a customer, he pays your entire income tax for 1 year. Free. Probably you have to pay tax on that particular credit he gives for you, but still, it is a great opportunity that has been created out of present system. Therefore, your research is no more traditional. Banks have lost their relevance in India. I may say that they have lost, but the bank employees may not be knowing that they have already lost. And it is taken over by the payment market fintech companies who have far more better information, far more better credit rating. They have a large number of workforce which credit rates. Have you ever seen any banker coming in credit rating? A small retailer or a customer? No. Nobody visits. Nobody can visit. But with technology, you will be able to do, you can keep the customer in your hook for 24 hours. Your retailers also under hook for 24 hours. Therefore, this is how the businesses are undergoing change. Let me tell you, now I have told the story of payment market. Now, how, if you look at the Zomato is making money. Zomato, what it does was, it has created a, you know that they were charging a margin from the food maker's kitchen, and then from us, from the customer. There's a lot of issues, pain points, we call it as. Now, what Zomato has decided was, it started having a different business model. It had a large inventory of, for example, every retailer would like to buy a quality products. Therefore, it started in Bangalore, a big inventory or a fulfillment center. And in this fulfillment center, they keep large amount of quality products which are directly purchased from the farmers. And this particular products, what happens is Zomato clearly knows how much money each person is making. Zomato, that is each restaurant, how much money he makes by sending the goods to the consumer. And it also knows how much money it is going to pay for the supplier. Now, if you have a massive inventory, which is a network of big wholesalers, what happens is they can buy directly from that. In the process, their entire working capital requirements come down. His focus is fully on manufacturing a quality food product for the consumers. Now you can see just a delivery app has revolutionized the way in which we get our food manufactured properly, and at the same time, it is hygienic. You are able to get far more better kind of a service for 100 rupees that you spend. Therefore, the future is going to be for these models, unicorns. And when these unicorns are developed in India, and they're all highly research-based, and you have an enormous opportunity. And the institutions, I think Green Campus that Balu Swami sir was telling, the Green Campus is something fantastic. The other example is Milky Mist, just happened in Coimbatore. Milky Mist is a revolution. For example, paneer is not a staple food in South India, but Milky Mist created a revolution by having a staple food out of an ordinary product. Now, most of the Tamil houses here, they have paneer. They started using the paneer. Now it has been, this entire supply chain has been created with the help of a fantastic software that is being made available. And I can give you hundreds of examples where research, where you combine ideas of finance with that of, for example, Lenskart, which is an ordinary company, now today 600 crores it is doing, and it has 120 outlets, and it's going for 500 outlets, and it has created one very long, infinite shop. What is that infinite shop? When you go to the Lenskart person can come home and he can check by using a software which they have purchased from Israel. He can check and he can give you the opticals within 3 days. Now, in Lenskart, what they have done is, many of Indian before 2006, we did not have any variety. In fact, it is a very unorganized market, and people used to have small mechanics. Those boys used to take the glass and grind those glass and then give it. And many a times it will not fit in because it will be heavy and it will make marks for you. But today you don't have that. The entire lens have to be made, has been created. Supply chain management has been done by Lenskart, and by appropriate financial process, everybody can get from 1,500 to 2,000 rupees. They can get a glass and then a frame. Now, how do they do? Therefore, by appropriate business planning, there is need and pain points. Therefore, there are a lot of needs for the customers. There are enough pain points. Generally, what banks were thinking, there are need for money, I go and do the need. But they never understood the pain points. The pain points is the kind of evaluation that can be done by them is a pain point. Now here that pain point has been removed totally. Therefore, you will be combining finance, marketing, business models, everything put together. Therefore, it is a challenge. You cannot go and have an accounting book. They're all obsolete. They're worth not even the weight on which they are printed. They're no more. You can't think of that. And massive employment can be provided only by this kind of companies, big companies, and quality jobs can be prepared. Therefore, with all these things, I think there is a great opportunity for research for your future. And I hope my time is over. Thank you very much. I think I have taken 45, I think approximately 40 minutes. And I wish to take any questions.
One question, Kelly. Sam sir, one question.
Sir, thank you, sir. Dr. Shyam here, sir.
Very good, Shyam.
Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation, sir. A lot of insights we have learned about the six. So I'm really impressed with your presentation related to the fintech, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in our India, more than 70% population are completely depends upon the rural side.
Correct.
So what are the strategies the technology companies have to focus to take the technology to all the people? Sir?
Exactly. ரொம்ப அழகா சொன்னீங்க. இப்போ இந்த 85%ல நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி 50%, 70% is in the rural area. நான் இந்த ரிசர்ச் பண்றதுக்காக இங்க நியர்பை ஃபிஷ் மார்க்கெட்டுக்கு போயிருந்தோம். அந்த ஃபிஷ்ல செல் பண்ற விமன் எல்லாமே இருந்தாங்க. They are not very highly educated. They are moderately educated. They all have a QR code. Many of them, at least for your information, 70% of them in Rayapuram has the fintech applications with them. For your information, 25% of the haircutting shops in Chennai are already covered with the fintech application. Now, the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 2ல tier 3ல இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு இப்ப ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றாங்க ரோல் அவுட் பண்றதுக்கு. இந்த ரோல் அவுட் பண்றதுக்கு நமக்கு the network backbone தேவைப்படும். இந்த பேக்போன் எப்படின்னா, இப்ப நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா மெட்ராஸ்ல ஹையா இருக்கும், கோயம்புத்தூர்ல ஹையா இருக்கும். நீங்க அந்த பேக்போன் மேப் இருக்கு. If you want, I will share you the backbone map. இது பாத்தீங்கன்னா எங்கெல்லாமே நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்களோ, எங்கெல்லாம் people who can pay for the internet service provider he can pay for the internet service provider, அது ரொம்ப அதிகமா இருக்கும் டென்சிட்டி. இல்லாதவங்ககிட்ட கொஞ்சம் ஸ்பேர்ஸா இருக்கும். ஒரு rural lowest part of Tamil Nadu reach பண்ணோம்னா, rural குக்கிராமத்துக்கெல்லாம் போனோம்னா, it takes a bandwidth which is required, which is difficult to provide. Now, in the bandwidth நிறைய government initiatives, private initiatives ரெண்டும் இது பண்ணி both are now increasing the bandwidth. இப்ப நீங்க நினைக்கலாம், இது எக்கானமி இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும்னா நாங்க இன்டர்நெட் போடணுமான்னு. ஆன்சர் இஸ் எஸ். நீங்க எந்த அளவுக்கு இன்டர்நெட் போடுறீங்களோ அந்த அளவுக்கு எக்கனாமிக் அபிலிட்டி, இது ஹெல்த் கேர் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ், இந்த கேஸ் ஆஃப் எஜுகேஷன் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் ரீச் ஆகும். Therefore, this provides a platform for them to reach. Therefore, there is already an initiative to reach the internet. நீங்க என்ன நம்ம இது பண்ணாலும் it is all coming to you. நீங்க இன்டர்நெட், it is not coming from air. நிறைய பேர் நம்ம கேட்ட உடனே இன்டர்நெட் எங்க இருந்து வருது அப்படின்னு சொன்ன உடனே ஏர்ல இருந்து வர்றது இல்ல. There is a cable network throughout the world. இந்த கேபிள் நெட்வொர்க் எங்கெல்லாம் இருக்குன்னா சி கீழே இருந்தே வருது. அதுக்கு சில ஷிப்ஸ், டெடிகேட்டட் ஷிப்ஸ் இருக்கு, அதுல இருந்துதான். இது இந்த கேபிள்ஸ் மீன்கள் கிடைச்சிடுமா அப்படின்னா அதுவும் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அது கிடைக்கிறது கஷ்டம். And at the same time, they are all well protected. There are companies which protect these particular lines. Throughout the world, they are connected. நம்ம இந்த கனெக்ட், இந்த 3 layers சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த first layer, second layer and third layer, and mostly by RD. I think radio communicationல தான் நம்ம communicate பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் அந்த first line. Therefore, இந்த டெக்னாலஜி மாற இப்போ 5G வந்ததுன்னா உங்களுடைய டேட்டா ப்ராசஸிங் and more data you can put it to the cables. The 5G vandaduna innum effective ah irukum. Adnala vandu there is a prosperous future if you have more technology. This is what I suggested for finance minister of Tamil Nadu, who is a very, very highly intelligent finance minister. In the government, a lot of data analytic tools use pandra. He's using a lot of data analytic tools. You'll be really fine to see that data analytical tools that he uses and other related areas. And rural is in the market because the inclusive growth, more and more நம்ம ரூரல்ல கொண்டுட்டு வந்துட்டே இருந்தோம்னா அந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து டைம் சேவ் ஆகும். At the same time இந்த எக்கானமி கூட இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும். Formalization to informalization to formalization. Informal sector ரொம்ப அதிகம் நம்ம கண்ட்ரில. 95% of the Indians are working in informal sector. இப்ப இந்த 95%ல இருக்கிறவங்க நிறைய பேர் ஃபார்மல் செக்டரா மாறணும்னா only the fintech companies will be more useful, and government is totally for it, both central and state governments. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Then one more question related to your answer, sir.
Please.
So you are insisting that we have to focus more on the internet coverage, all those things. But when it comes to the network providers, only the private they are the giants when compared to the government BSNL.
Correct.
So in what way you can suggest some strategies to the government, sir?
Very good. See, what happens is, if on the BSNL it is struck with 2G, the cost of services is very high with BSNL. Therefore, அது வந்து என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா போன வருஷம் BSNL 80% of the staff have been retrenched. That's a different kind of an issue, but definitely I will tell you. இப்போ வந்து you do not have that heavy capital. இப்போ வந்து கவர்மெண்ட் கிட்ட நிறைய பணம் இருந்ததுன்னா அந்த பணத்தை வச்சு நிறைய நம்ம வந்து போடலாம். But you don't have that much money in order to invest. Therefore, நம்ம private players தான் நம்பி கொண்டு வரணும். அதுக்கு இந்த பிரைவேட் பிளேயர்ஸ் நம்மளை எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்ட் பண்ணாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு TRAன்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ் டெவலப் பண்ணணும். TRAI, அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து இன்சூரன்ஸ் வந்து எப்படி பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஃபைனஸ்ட் இன்சூரன்ஸ் எக்ஸ்பர்ட் ரங்காச்சாரி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி வச்சிருந்தாரு. He is running a company. Therefore, நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ வந்து நம்ம கவர்மெண்ட் spending and then creating businesses விட private funding and creating institutions which control so that they will not exploit us. அந்த மாதிரி மெத்தடாலஜி நம்ம திங்க் பண்ணோம். இப்போ நம்ம வந்து நிறைய கவர்மெண்ட் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம்னா they are becoming inefficient. Some companies, not all companies, but educationல certain இது வருது. What you will find is இந்த பிரைவேட் எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்டேஷன் வந்து வராம இருக்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ் டெவலப் பண்ணோம். இப்ப இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து பப்ளிக் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து நிறைய, அது வந்து ஒரு எக்கனாமிக் டாபிக். பப்ளிக் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்ன்றது பப்ளிக் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு இனஃப் டாக்ஸ் பேஸ் கிடையாது. நம்ம இந்தியாவில் டாக்ஸ் டு ஜிடிபி ரேஷியோ இஸ் ஒன்லி 12%. Therefore, அப்படி இருக்கும்போது டாக்ஸபிள் இன்கம் இருக்கிறவங்களே ரொம்ப கம்மி, 5 crores தான் இருக்காங்க. அதுவும் நிறைய பேர் வந்து வெறும் ஜீரோ இன்கம் தான் காட்டுறாங்க. ஜீரோ இன்கம் தான் வருது அவங்களுக்கு, ஜீரோ டாக்ஸ் இன்கம் தான் வருது, நாட் less than 5 lakh. ரொம்ப நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. அதனால வந்து what happens is when there is a large number of these people, the only private investment can play a role. இப்ப நம்ம இந்தியா ஒரு பிக் மார்க்கெட் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம், பட் இட் இஸ் நாட். பட் ஸ்டில் இது ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜா இருந்து பிரைவேட் கம்பெனிஸ், ஃபாரின் கம்பெனிஸ் வந்ததுன்னா they can put lot of money so that they can make a good. இப்போ வந்து யாருமே எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்டேட்டிவ் ப்ராஃபிட் இல்லாம a reasonable profit is better, because what we require is the service. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Any other question? If you have time, I will be happy to answer the questions.
Your answers give us.
Mic on.
Yes.
Sir, everyone will be introducing the guest before the address of the guest. But I'm very much curious to introduce after your address so that everyone will really know about you. So that's what I haven't introduced you at the initially before your address. So now I would like to introduce our Professor Prabhakar Krishnamurthy sir to the August audience. He developed a competency to team advanced statistics, behavioral economics, business analytics, and qualitative research with 35 years of experience. Developed expertise in teaching Neo 12 plus and presently teaching at IIT Delhi, Azim Premji University, and Central University of Jammu and CU Tripura. He is autodidact trained at IMC, doctoral dissertation, is on social forecasting from AMU, received scholarship from the Modigliani Foundation, Italy, to be student of 3 Nobel Prize winners of economics during 2014. He is passionate about learning with teachers and was with 8 FDBs at academic staff colleges of Pondicherry Central University, Madras University, to name few. Conducted seminars and workshops on research methodology across India, funded by AICTE and ICSSR, Asian Institute of Management, Philippines. Philippines invited him to participate on corporate governance in 2003. And he is the recipient of scholarship from the University of Padova to attend advanced research program in Italy, STOREP, in the year 2007. Oxford University scholar and trained at Summer School on Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index. Trainer for Anna Institute of Management in the areas of ethics, values and motivation, specialties, business analytics, qualitative research, design thinking, social forecasting, poverty and inequality. What not more. So if I look into your profile, when I am going to bring this much of profile, really, I don't know.
No, thank you. You have done a good thing of reading at the end. Because what happens is, if you have read at the beginning, probably people would have thought this man is a big man. And in fact, I am not. I'm a very ordinary person, and I know Dr. Nilima Madam, who is focused on research. In fact, before 2 months, when she was talking to me, she was telling, here in this place, people are bubbling to do research. She was telling, sir, this place, KPR, they are thinking everybody wants to do research, everybody wants to publish. Therefore, you have to talk to them. I told that I'm not that big man to come and talk to all of these nice people. Then she told, no, you just give some ideas about this. Please go to www.semanticscholar, SEMANTIC, Semantic Scholar. Probably I will spend some time with all your researchers. And it is so nice you have called.
Thank you, sir. Really, we look forward for your research.
No, Semantic Scholar, I have sent you through semanticscholar.org. Idla pathina neenga nenikira almost all papers, major papers you can get. அதே மாதிரி worldcat.org இதெல்லாம் ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸ் worldcategory.org இதுல நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா you will get complete idea. Lot of free sources are available for you. இதுல வந்து நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிட்டு then you can start working. Similarly, there are a lot of instruments, free instruments, how it has to be given. இதெல்லாம் நான் தனியா கேட்டீங்கன்னா நான் தனியா அது வந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணி I will send it to Dr. Nilima ma'am so that she can share with all of you. These are all the free resources for researchers. For example, நீங்க prepare பண்ண questionnaires எல்லாம் there is a repository of questionnaires. Repositoryனா உலகத்துல இருக்கிற எல்லா questionnaires-உம் ஒரே இடத்துல இருக்கு. I will send you that so that you can check those things. And then other Indianize பண்ணலாம். 1 or 2 things நம்ம இங்க நிறைய மாத்திட கூடாது. 1 or 2 things you can change. And I wish you all to do a lot of research. There is a lot of opportunity for research. India is an under-researched country. So whenever I go to Germany, they used to tell that we don't get a lot of information. That is a great opportunity, especially on many areas. You can do a lot of research. And Coimbatore is a place of entrepreneurs, and business runs in the blood of people like somebody like Punjab and Maharashtra. Therefore, I wish you all the best. And I think we got quite a number of people coming from throughout India. I think Monica Arora shares thanks, and it is nice to know that you are making entire India to come together. That is one of the finest things. Many times, we confine to some clusters, something like this, Baluswamy sir, Neelima madam, all of you brought all of us together across the country. So this provides a great and thanks for that. And the kind of team I could see, they're very energizing, starting from the students and the head of the department, madam, Radhika Chavda, madam. I could see all their names, and all of you are really a great team to support, and not a very old institute, but it is latest. Therefore, being latest is not new institute is not a disadvantage. And only thing is, what kind of people you will probably, I wish you invite some of the economists, who very good economists who can come and talk to you. For my colleagues like Leena Chakrabarti and others, I send it to, they will talk whenever they are free to you, and Neelima madam can organize all.
Definitely, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question, you can definitely send the questions to me, and probably whatever, if I could answer the question, I will answer the question, or else I will find some person who is capable of can answer the question.
There is no more questions, sir. Only a request from our side. I hope you can understand as a new age institution. Under School of Commerce, we are operating 7 different programs, sir. We are in the need of all the resource persons from all the areas, either business sector or economic sector, even from our own regulatory authorities, SEBI, RBI, and all other members, because even already our NABARD chairman visited our institution, and our Niti Aayog vice chairman, one time he spoke to all our students, Rajiv Kumar sir. So even Anand Nageswaran sir is the last time our School of Commerce inaugurated by Dr. Anand Nageswaran. So now he is an economic advisor to Government of India. So similarly, we will expect a right intellectual forum to introduce to the KPR class also. Definitely, Neelima madam and our team, we will expect your service in this aspect also for the enrichment of young society.
It is a pleasure. In fact, you have told me, Vanakam, நீங்க ரொம்ப அழகா சொன்னீங்க. இனிஷியல் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போதே இந்த யங்ஸ்டர்ஸை எப்படி எல்லாமே கொண்டுட்டு வரணும் இந்த மெயின் ஸ்ட்ரீம்ல, சர்டன் டைம்ஸ் வெளியில போயிடுறாங்க அப்படின்னு உங்களுடைய ஒரு ஆதங்கத்தை நீங்க வெளிப்படுத்திருந்தீங்க. அது வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனல் ஹெட்டா இந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ஃபீலிங் இருக்கிறது. அட் தி சேம் டைம் பீயிங் வித் யூ இஸ் a great pleasure, and thank you very much, and namaste. And if some of them have asked my email ID, shall I, with your permission, shall I give my email ID, sir?
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. Neelima madam will get in touch with you, sir. Definitely, we will utilize, sir. No problem.
Monica Arora has asked my email, and therefore, with your permission, I am sharing.
Okay.
My session is over, and
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Tuna.
This is Dr. K. Kumuda Devi, Dean, School of Commerce. We are very happy way in which we presented things, such a very humble, these things we are all our youngsters learning today. Such a man of knowledge, how simply, humbly you are presented with things. So we are entire KPR College of Arts and Science and Research. Salute you, sir. That a way of your approach.
வணக்கங்கம்மா. ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி. I am so thankful to you. In fact, நீங்க எல்லாமே you are doing a great service to society. இது உங்களை எல்லாமே பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியா இருக்கு. Therefore, thank you very much for your kind words. I hope I live up to your
my personal request, sir, please kindly do visit our college to interact our children. They get benefit in which are meet them directly rather than the virtual.
Okay, பாசிட்டிவா வரேங்கம்மா. Therefore, இப்போதான் pandemic முடிஞ்சது. Therefore, I am working on a research on pandemic and its impact on economy. Probably I am finishing it within a week, and I will be very pleased to be with all of you, Kumuda madam and Neelima madam and Baluswamy sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Sir, நான் Shall I take leave of you? Shall I take leave of you? Balsam, is there?
Madam, Nilima, madam, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Giving encouragement to other is the most welcome gift. With this note, I may now welcome Dr. J. Samuel, sir, for briefing of the technical session report.
Good afternoon, everyone. Eminent Edupreneur, Honorable Chairman in absentia, Administrative Icon, the Principal of KPR CAS, the Dynamic Deans, Heads of various departments. Good afternoon, and all. It gives me tons of joy to present this rapporteur's report. The Department of Commerce with Banking and Insurance of KPR CAS organized an international conference and organizing an international conference on the topic Advanced Research in Banking and Finance. The curtains of the conference were opened on 16th February 2022 at 10 a.m. in the same boardroom with the blessing of the Almighty and our Honorable Chairman. Dr. Baluswamy, the Dynamic Principal, delivered the powerful presidential address, and Dean of School of Commerce, Kumudha Devi ma'am, delivered the facilitation address. Professor Tamanna Dalwai from Muscat College, Professor Feroz Khan from Jain University, Bangalore, Mr. Kedar Mathavam from United Kingdom, Mr. Shankar Narayana from Kerala delivered the 4 keynote addresses in the inauguration conference, and now the Information Lake Professor Prabhakaran Krishnamurthy is addressing us, or was addressing us, in the valedictory function. There are 4 technical sessions in this international conference discussing about various research topics in banking and finance. There are 464 registrations received research papers. 90 plus presenters presented their research works and papers in the conference. Important topics were discussed like financial inclusion, financial literacy, knowledge and management, personal financial planning, awareness of microfinance institutions, topics of recent trends like cryptocurrency, digital transactions, fintech companies, AI in banking, customer analytics were few to make mention of that was presented in the international conference. The researchers were so jubilant in presenting their research works. The research works and paper were analytical, empirical, and descriptive type in nature. There was abundance of rain of knowledge at the conference. We are exuberant to learn that the first shot by the department went like a tracer bullet to strike the winning target. This opportunity has implanted in the minds of researchers that their research works will always find a place of prominence if it is done out of interest and with great involvement to exhibit and establish the originality of research work. We wish to conduct many international conferences on behalf of the School of Commerce, and we do need the support of all the researchers in the time to come. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to present the report of the International Conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. J. Samuel, sir. The courage to make tough decisions and comparison to listen to the need of others is an art. An award does not change the quality of the book. Arise, awake, stop not until the goal is reached, the quote given by Swami Vivekananda. So we have received a plethora of research papers on this conference, but it's a very tough job to select the best paper. So we have been selected few best presentee paper awards in this occasion. I would like to invite Dr. K. Kumudha Devi, Dean School of Commerce, to announce the best paper presentees awards.
வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்க வையகம். Honorable guest for valedictory session of 2-day international conference, Professor Prabhakar Krishnamurthy, Head Research Initiative, CSIM, Bangalore. Most respected advisor, most respected principal, They are conveners of this two-day international conference, Dr. Neelima and Dr. Shrikala, Dean, heads of the Department of Various Department of KPR CAS, and our own School of Commerce Department, delegates from across globe, and my dear student. Very good afternoon, one and all present here. We are the two-day international conference come to an fag end of this session now. It's a very hectic assignment given by convener of this conference. The selection is a very tough job. People can understand that what's the process we're involving. This is a great opportunity for me for shortlisted things from out of 90 papers. Actually, the statement given by our Shyamal sir, there are 276 papers received. Out of 276, 90 papers are presented. Out of 95 papers is based on their presentation, merits of the paper, research component, socially relevance, and future research purpose. There are different parameters is there for we are selected on this best one. The all 90 papers is a very good paper. We're extremely happy. All 276 papers, they are properly followed the original work. There's no doubt at all. But come to none our importance. This is some components are there for selecting as a best paper. The component wise, these 5 papers may be 100% fit for that component. So I'm extremely happy to announce of the paper presenters under the able guidance of the respective guides also. It's a happy note now. I start to announce the first paper, the relationship between dividend policy and company performance. This is a research work done by Jyoti, PhD research scholar, Department of Commerce and Management, Hutch University, Bhuj. Under the able guidance of Dr. Kamal, research guide, Tolania Commerce College, Kuch. Then paper 2, financial inclusion and agricultural credit reforms among farmers of Orthanadu Taluk of Tanjore. This is a research paper done by Lady, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Stella Maris College, Chennai, under the guidance of Dr. K. Ramesh, Professor, PG and Research Department of Commerce, KSR College of Arts and Science, Tiruchengodu. Then, an integrated model of financial well-being predictors for college student, a roadmap to financial success, paper which done by Dr. Shankari, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Lady Dog College, Madurai, under the guidance of Dr. Amuda, Research Supervisor, Department of Commerce, Lady Dog College, Madurai. The next paper, Microfinance Outlook with special reference to non-banking financial companies, microfinance institutions, which is done by K.R. Malachitra, Professor, PhD Research Scholar, Department of Commerce, Avinash Lingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Coimbatore, under the guidance of Professor of Commerce, Avinash Lingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Coimbatore. Then finally, I'm happy to announce Sandaboya, Dr. Shivakumar, is an institute. Yes, the person, the delegates from Indian Institute of Management and Commerce, Hyderabad. The title of the paper, Bankers' Perception Towards Implementation of Green Banking Practices in India, Issues and Challenges. This is the 4 paper. This is an authorized table with a convener's opinion, all the participants, their concept and opinion. This is a protocol. I announced this papers is a best paper from our 2 days international conference.
Thank you.
I'm happy to congratulate the conveners of the Department of Banking and Insurance, all our team members of KPR CAS family. So 2 days is a very wonderful day. It's a knowledge sharing forum. This is a way of building of relationship across globe. So God Almighty to make our relationship stronger in years to come. Thank you all.
Thank you all the best paper presentee awards. Thank you. It's time to propose a vote of thanks. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parents of all others. I deem it a privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of KPR College of Arts, Science and Research, Department of Banking and Insurance, ICAR BFB 2022, Firstly, I would like to thank our Professor Prabhakar Krishnamurthy, who has given wonderful experiences of him in the field of future of research, where really the future has to be headed. So we were very much thankful to you, sir. I would like to thank our Honorable Chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramasamy, KPR Group, for really providing such a wonderful platform for us and vision to achieve. I would like to thank guest speakers for the first day session, Dr. Tamanna Dalwai from Muscat College, and Dr. Firdaus Khan from Jain University, Kedar Matabalam from United Kingdom British Telecommunications, and Sankar Narayanaji from the Asia Satellite Communications Limited, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Sir, we are very much thankful for being your presence here and enlightening us with your addresses. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our beloved principal, with whose able guidance, really we made this international conference a successful one. He is the person who is behind us, always motivating us, encouraging us whenever there are some problems or issues. He is ready to help us, support us. Really, sir, it is only possible under your able guidance we did it, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to make a note of thanks for all the session or technical session chairpersons at this juncture. I would like to name them individually. Dr. Shikta Singh, Associate Professor, KIT School of Management, Bhubaneswar, and Session Chair 2, Dr. P. Lakshmi Narayanamma, Associate Professor, Department of Management Studies from Vignan University, Dr. Kesavula Pula, Associate Professor, Center for Management Studies, Jain, deemed to be University, Bangalore, and Dr. Babu Jose, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, St. Thomas College, Kottayam, Kerala. So really, we are grateful for your presence, for handling all the session chairs over here. Thank you, sir. We welcome you, sir. Sorry. I would like to thank Dean School of Commerce, ma'am, really your support in each and every endeavor of this international conference, really way for the success. We thank Dean Dr. Kekmade, ma'am, School of Commerce. We thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank Dean School of Management, Dr. Sham Sundar. Really, he has supported us whenever a small problem has arisen. I have rushed to him and really has helped us a lot. Thank you, sir. And backbone of this, one of my, when I really fell down or when I'm teaching something, I have always a person who is having the support, giving his support. It is none other than Dr. Saravana Pandey, sir, Dean Academy of Faculties. Sir, we thank you, sir. And I thank all the delegates from different states and different countries who have really sent who have really sent their research contributions. Because of them only this conference has become successful. We thank all the delegates from all over the world and different states and in and around Tamil Nadu. Really, we had your presence very goodly. Thank you for that. I thank all the HODs of various departments. I thank convener Dr. S.P. Srikala for helping us in every step to make it a success. I thank a beloved colleague, co-convener of this program, Dr. M. Indra Priya, without whose support this program cannot be a successful. I thank all the faculty members, directly or who indirectly really encouraged us. I thank, lastly but not least, the students. And I also thank the rapportees, all the HODs has acted as a rapportees. Really, their time is very much put the good thing for us. Really, they helped us a lot in association with session chairs. Really, they helped us. We thank all the rapporteurs, Dr. Shekhar sir, Dr. Samuel sir, Dr. P. Sarubarani ma'am, and Dr. D. Karthika ma'am. We thank you. And we thank all the technical support people who have directly or indirectly helped us a lot. I declare this international conference is over. Thank you. Any of the participants would like to give some feedback, it is welcome. If there anyone.
Good noon, ma'am. May I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for giving me the best paper. I'm Jyoti Laljani from KSKV Kutch University, Department of Commerce and Management, Bhuj, Kutch.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Gujarat. So, yes. So, Thank you so much for giving me the best paper award along with the conference proceeding. Nilima ma'am, you helped me a lot in everything. Whenever I need any help from your side, I called you, and even on mails, I got a reply on time. Everything is just so smooth and so nice. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other delegate would like to give a feedback? We welcome you. Anyone coming? Balakrishnan, sir. Balakrishnan, that person.
You can unmute them. Participants can unmute yourself and you can give your feedback about the international conference and your presentation.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. That's it. Oh, end பண்ணாதீங்க. Stop video பண்ணு.